Hello and welcome back to another episode of Dump Run. If you don't know what this series is, I'm animating an entire short film in Blender and streaming everything. So you can see all the mistakes I make and all the things I figure out. So I hope you're enjoying it. Now I'm in the midst of my 30-day challenge, which I've done 5 days of, and I've had about 20 days, I think, in between the last day that I did. So I'm just nailing it with this 30-day challenge. So it's good to set goals in life. Take things to the next step. So we've got been working on this bounce, bam, 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 bam. Whoop, whoop. That works. I think it works. It's pretty good. Lots of ugly intersections here going on, which I'm not a big fan of, but I don't know. Maybe we'll just leave that for now. I could probably cover it. I don't want to get bogged down in it. One thing I do feel is when he drops, he's like bouncing right off the top. Boink! And that doesn't really feel right. So let's just fix that up real quick. Let's jump up here to the beginning where he falls. Where are you, mate? All right, let's see. So it's his armature that's being animated. I remember. I'm going to Control Tab to jump to the graph editor. That's the quick way of doing it. You can also get rid of geometry nodes. We're not going to be working in geometry nodes today, I don't think. And it's the Z location of his armature. I'm going to hit full stop to jump. There it is. Now, I've been working in Maya all week, so I have to forgive me if my hotkeys get a bit off. All right, so he hits there and bounces right. So it just felt a bit too, I don't know, too much like he was just hitting the surface. He needs to go in a little bit. So that's I'm holding on Control and middle mouse clicking to adjust the scale of my graph editor. It's very important. G and then Y, and I'm just going to move this keyframe point down. This is a great way to edit curves, and edit animation once you've already got a lot of curves in place, is to actually just go to the graph editor and play around with it there. It's quite useful. I'll just straighten up that, and I might move this one just a little bit so it just looks a bit more like a natural boof arc, which I think that looks good. Cool. It's funny. I feel like it's a bit of a comic beat there. Do. We need to like hold for a minute on like nothing happening. If we cut too soon to this, is that what I feel? Like drag this out a little bit and then go. I think so. Let's try it. All right, so I'm going to untick only show selected. I'll hit minus. I'll bring my mouse. This is important. Hover my mouse over the channel box list here, the summary. Hit minus once. That'll fold everything, and then plus once, and that'll unfold everything, but just to the first level. So that's just a quick way to compress everything down. Now I'm going to hit Alt-A to deselect all keys, and I'm going to make sure that Show Hidden is turned on. That's important. And let's find the moment. So I feel like it's just really the end of this shot. Right about here, all this stuff, I just want to move over a little bit. So what I'll do is I will select after the current frame, that'll select every key in the entire scene. Yep. And then we also want to select the markers. So I'm going to come down here and hit B to box select and then grab all those markers. Move everything. Looks like it. Make sure we've got the marker that's on this camera frame here. Yep, great. Okay, now we need to go marker, sync markers. And now I can hit G to grab and just move all this stuff out. There we go. Just a little bit. And I might just turn sync markers off. That's an important step. Always remember to do that. I pretty much just always do it, even if I'm about to do more with sync markers, just because it's a bit dangerous to keep it live. I'll take this last keyframe here and I'll Shift D to duplicate and just bring it just before the camera cut. Okay. So this guy's moving way too much. What is this? What is this pipe? Sorry about that. Let's see this pipe. Let's go to the graph editor. So one handy tip. All right, so I just Control Tab to go to my graph editor. You'll notice right now I've got only show selected turned off. So I've got everything in my scene, all the keyframes, they're visible right now so I can make big sweeping changes. Now if I hit Control Tab, I've got my graph editor defaulted here to only show selected. So it just like shows me the one thing that I've got picked. I find this works really well to have everything and then just one thing. So that control tab to that. So that's a good, I recommend setting it that way. All right, I'm going to A to select all the curves, and here they all are. What's going on with this guy? Okay, it looks like it's this. This is the culprit, I think. So what I might do is let's just come to here. Where do I need it to settle? I feel like maybe I should just like set a limit to it here. We'll just go to this key, all right? And I'm going to hit I and I. That'll set a key for all those. And then I might just delete that just to flatten it out. It's going to feel a bit abrupt. So I don't know if you caught that. Alt V, that's play in Maya instead of spacebar. Alt V. I'm going to be hitting that a lot. All right, so dink. And then we do need a little bit of reaction like this. Okay, now this is a gross looking curve. So we're just going to click that end and scale it down. So it's a much nicer curve. Do the same here, scale that down. How's that one look? That's all right, that's all right, that's all right. This one's probably going to be gross too. If it's hard to see because of the scaling, you can select the key itself and maybe one after it and then hit full stop to focus. So yeah, you can see that's a gross key, gross handle, sorry, gross handle. Alt V again. Yeah, that's much better, okay. Cool, all right, now let's get the timing for this. So I'm going to go back to my dope sheet, and I'm going to extend things out a little bit further, I think. Select, let's just play it again. A little bit further. So select after current frame. Do we have all the cameras? Yes, cameras are selected. And then we're going to go marker, sync markers, and then G to grab. And I'll just push that out. It's kind of cool. Okay. I'm going to turn sync markers off again. Shift D to duplicate. Bring that over to the camera cut. Okay, cool. All right, so we need to settle all this stuff. So the geometry node system is still doing some wobble. I wonder which one is it? I think it's this, right? Is it different for each one, or is this going to be the same? I think it's the same. You can see it's selecting all these guys. Let's just Shift D that and bring it over. See if that locks it. Yep. Cool. I might wonder if I should take this, like drag it out a little bit. There's like a touch of settling. Not that far. Yeah, that's good. Okay, now let's get the timing. Yeah, it feels a little bit better. Cool. I might cut to this just as he pops up. Like what happens if we bring this camera cut here? First of all, does it work? No, it doesn't work. Okay. But it's just the pile that moves. So let's see, rubbish pile position. Is that it? No, that's not it. It's going to be this one. Yep, object transform. There we go. Okay, so I need to get all the object transforms for this rubbish pile. Hope this is making sense. It's like very embedded in my brain, so I can just look at this and go, yep, I just need to do this here. I hope I'm not losing you too much. So I'm going to find these object transforms, and I'm just going to move this batch over here to the cut. I want to keep that in sync with the cut. A few of the things we need to keep in sync too, doesn't there? Yep. Looks like it's just this sheet metal thing. which is going to be, which one? Find it in our list. Here it is. I'll grab those keys and bring them over to the cut. Right, almost. Still have a little bit of a pop. It must be the. I can see right here. I've got some keys for this. So what I might do is just grab these over as well. Pipe fall off. That's it. Let's grab these over. Cool. It's really tough, like getting a timing like this when you're going to move so many things, and you kind of want to be in an edit suite where you just like add a few frames, take a few frames out. I don't know if this helps it or not. Doesn't feel great. Doesn't feel great. Bring it back a few frames, and I'll grab all these guys. I think these should be all the ones in this one. Yeah, that is all the ones. Okay, cool. Up, 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 up. All right, great. Now let's keep moving forward. Let's get this claw out of the way because I don't want it here in this shot at this point. So I think it's just this. No, where is it? Yeah, it's going to be this one. So let's go to the first place where we have some animation on this one. So I might just switch over into the graph mode, and I want to look at robot hand. Just select all the channels for the robot hand. We'll just have a look at the graphs. So yeah, we can see this. The first key is right here. So with this first key, I'm just going to drag him up a bit. And this should put him out of frame in this shot. So now we've got this nice clean shot. Boom, zook. And then he's going to snap down and pick him up. Now, we need to get a reaction from our little robot. So let's think about this moment. So how's he going to perform? What's going to happen? He's going to pop up, maybe shake, yep, and then he's going to get picked up, wow, and try and see what's going on. He's not going to be able to. His head's going to be kind of clamped. Let's get a little, wake up and shake. We've got just a few frames in here to work with. So it's not going to be a very long action. I need to make it longer. Always a chance. All right, so the first thing is I don't like him kind of looking up over camera. I kind of want him looking more like at camera, but just off a little bit to the right side of the frame. So let's fix that first. Now, again, I'm going to select the controller. I'm going to hit A over here to see all the keys for this controller. And I'm just going to take a look at where this thing is at and when we get it, when we get the position that we want for this. So it looks like right about here is the first set. Not sure what these keys are doing. They don't look like they're doing anything important. And then it looks like it just stays the same until over here. So what I might do is let's delete those for science and just see what happens. Yeah, he hasn't really changed, has he? Oh yes, he has. He's all right. So clearly something's important there. Why are we seeing more? I thought I just had that one selected. Maybe this is actually giving me all the controllers. Oh, it's giving me the object transforms as well, so that's annoying. All right, so I don't want to see these, right? I just want to look at the look controls. So let's just grab the look control stuff here. And see, most of his look is over there. And over here, we've got what? All right, so it's pretty much determined from this point. So I could just set whatever I want. So I'm going to come to this resolve frame where he ends up, finished with his look. And I'm going to grab it down on the Y, and I might bring it over a touch. Maybe like this. And this is going to be a good time, I think, to switch to rendered view for kind of getting this figured out, because we also need to worry about the iris of his eye. We need to think about how that's going to play into the performance. Now, this is going to give us a pretty big performance hit, having all this rendered stuff turned on. So let's think. It might be beneficial to go to material mode. That could be a good idea. I mean, we won't need all this rubbish soon. We can turn it off. But oh, interesting. Look, his shader's even off. It's weird. I wonder what's happened with that. All right, let me go to material view. We'll see what kind of playback we've got. Oh yeah, good. He's fixed. This is all right. This isn't bad. What's our frames per second? Let's just check this by coming here and turning that on. Should give us, all right, so about 15 frames a second. That's not bad. If I switch to rendered view, what do I get? All right, about 10, definitely less. I don't need all of that fidelity just yet, so we can work with this. Cool, so I'll turn all that back off. And he's gonna come up and we're gonna give him that look, so. Now I want him to kind of like lift his head up as well. So we'll come to this point, but right about here, I think, let me grab this thing down, back. So it's like, he looks up. I think it looks a bit nicer. I kind of want him to like up and sink a little bit. So let's grab this guy. It's body control. Let's have a look at where things go with that. All right, so I might grab Y a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. And back down. Is that looking all right? Yep, looks fine. Right, and I'm gonna have him start looking. So let's see, yeah, we've got a key already here. So dot, 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 dot. And let me just grab the little green box to keep it kind of. Okay. This over here. Pretty good. And I'm going to hit I and do a location rotation key just so he has a moment where he holds. And then we're going to swing him over to the other side. A little bit of up. Just look. I don't really like the way that's looking underneath it. I didn't really notice that until now. All right, and I wonder if I could get him back. This. We need to have a little bit of a pause, so I'm going to have to add some more time to this look. Maybe he comes up and looks straight at the first mark, you know, like as opposed to this beat where he's. I'm going to just grab the locations because that's all we really need for these keys. So yeah, so instead of him coming up to this point, I'm just going to delete those guys. And I'll grab this set and grab X to bring it back. So this flat line, this is where he's, holding his look. So he's going to come up into that first, hold that look, swing to the other. Could probably have that swing happen a little bit faster. And then I'm going to Shift D to duplicate and X to lock it on the X to create another bit of hold. And then swings back. And this might be a little bit too convenient that he lands kind of right at the same moment. So I'm going to bring it back a little bit. So cool. Now I'm not going to have him look quite as far. I think maybe that'll help. So if I think about it, if I go to selecting this and then let's go to the rotation control, we just have a look at the controller. You can see the green one is the, oh wait, not rotation, sorry. What am I thinking? I don't want him to go as far on the X. Like I want to kind of bring his look back a little bit. So I can actually just look just at the X curve and I can grab Y and move that around. You'll see we kind of adjust how far he goes. So I can bring that in. This one, bring it up. That's a nice way of doing that. Oh, that's right. He's not looking, he's shaking, isn't he? He's like dusting himself off. So how's he going to do? He's going to up. So up, beat, and then shake, shake, shake. So let's get rid of these looks. I'll grab these guys over, delete those guys. And then All right, so from here, put that back, dot, 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 swing him over this, and then swing him over this. Just gonna see how this looks. Back, maybe not. And then here. All right, so we've got. And for this one, I think I'll bring his look over just a little bit further. I don't like the way he's kind of tilted off, and I don't like how low he is in the frame. I feel like something needs to change there. Okay. Now we need to like give the impression that he's closed his eye. So let's see how to do that. I'm gonna grab the actual eye itself, and I'll bring this up. And actually, I'll just switch this view for the moment to the shader. And let's go over to the shader. Actually, got to get out of pose mode. Over, so select the eye. Come look at what the eye has. Yep, cool. Cool. Oh, that's right. I've got some controllers. I forgot that we built that into this. So under custom properties, maybe? No, do they end up in here? Custom properties? No. Where do these drivers point? Oh, they might point to the rig, actually. Gosh, it's funny. I don't remember this. Yeah, they do. Ha! Well, that's convenient. All right, so glance left, right, up, down, and iris. So it's at 0.5 right now. All right, we'll find something that makes sense. So 0.5, so he's going to come up. Let's just see what we got to figure out the language of this. Like if we come up and then we go down like this. And then that, like that. I mean, how does that read? Now I feel like he's going to react to this, so we need to eye that, and then go wide. Like, wow. Cool. All right. Now let's switch this back over to the 3D view. How are we going to pull this off? We want him to come up, and we'll go into pose mode. I might bring up the middle control, the body controller a little bit on the Z. Let's have a look at what's going on with this controller. So it's kind of the same all around there. So I might grab this. Oh no, not Z. Needs to be Y. Is that it? Yep. All right. So I'll just bring him up a bit like this. I'm just gonna. Yeah, that looks better. More centered in frame. All right, cool. Now we just need to have. I want to offset him as well. So can I get that? Can I rotate him on the what is that? The Z. Let's see, Z rotation. So I want him to look. Okay. Delete that keyframe. And that one. Maybe rotate Z back a little bit. And correct him a little there. And I feel like his legs would kind of like do a little bit of like a trail or like a kick or something like. So let's get that looking right. These guys are going to be down like this. Maybe by the time we get up here, he's like hold them up. And maybe what we'll do is we'll come here and I'll bring them back down. So it's a bit more of a sharp. Now, even though he's gripped by this thing pretty strong, I feel like he needs to kind of dip a little bit. Might see how that feels. So like right here, if I go Y location and the oops, not all channels, just want to go selected channel and then go forward a little bit and then grab that Y just a touch. Wonder if we'll feel it. Be a little bit more. Yeah, I feel like I feel that. I feel like the clamp needs to be a bit more mechanical, like, you know, like, let's do that. Let's go here, pose mode. I'm gonna hit A to select all the controllers because I'm not sure which are really doing the work here. And so I'm gonna hit A to select them all. This will bring every channel up. Just select this area and hit full stop. This will bring me to all of them. And then what I can do is I can say, all right, I want it to land here. So let's take like one of these earlier positions, like right here. And I probably don't want any of this. Oh, let's just try all of it. Let's go I and all channels. This will set a key right down the middle there, and then grab X, and I can just drag this over so it's really tight onto the next one, right? So it's a bit too quick on the pull up though. So I need that to happen. Maybe what we'll do is I'll deselect that because I know I don't want that or this. And then I'll select these. Bring all these guys back. Is this going to do it? I feel like the clamp makes sense, but now this feels a bit broken. Can I just delete those? Is that okay? And then which one is it? Is it the Y location? Looks like. Yep. So I'm gonna grab Y, hold down Shift. There we go. I feel like maybe it's a bit too much. I'm gonna undo all the. Just gonna just pull that back. I thought it was working pretty well. a bit too graceful. Back to pose mode. Hit A, deselect this, deselect that. Hit A, grab all those. And instead of going so extreme with it, maybe here, I, all channels. Actually, I only select channels. And then 1, 2, 3 frames over, maybe. One more. Something feels off. Like he's rising. Yeah, he's rising too soon. I'll just take this and delay it. So Y location. Bam, that's the moment he connects. Put a key there. Okay, so how is he animated? Is he just going along for the ride? Is that it? Must be. It's nice having it kind of wait there for a minute. Or a few seconds, or a few frames. I will extend it. And then I'll get him to be in time with it. So we'll go to here. And what is it that's rising on him? Is it the Y location of the actual character? No, we're into controller mode now. No. What is this? Body, Z rotation. All right, what's actually being animated here? Is that, no? Okay. What's he constrained to? Is this a constraint point? First robot, master target, influence of 1. So yeah, he's fully influenced here. So what is it he's following? Following the master target. It's the master target. Is it this? Yep. All right, so this is what we need to change. So master target. Let's have a look at what's going on here. Let's extend this key out and it should work. Gonna match the kind of ramp up of the other action. Oh, it's gonna feel like it slides. Like it might read a little bit better if we were maybe a touch wider on this camera lens. If I go to the camera, let's see what lens we're using. 35. Okay. Let me go to the focal length just to make sure I haven't animated it somewhere. Looks like we may have. We're not using this camera here, are we? No. Right. If I go to a, I don't know, 32 maybe, or even just a 30, 29. What is that going to look like? We'll just delete these keys because we don't need it to be keyframed. And maybe lift the camera up just a touch. Also need to slow down. You know, it's looking up too quick, so I'm preempting the motion with the camera. So if you look, the camera starts to tilt up before he actually starts to move. So we have to be careful about things like that. So I might grab all these guys and just bring them down a bit so it's scale this down so it's a bit more sharp move. One. Ooh. Yeah. So the operator is like lagging a little bit. Lags a little too much. Load up. Subtleties like that really make a big difference. Maybe just even one more frame. Yeah. Great. All right, let's see how that plays. Bam, bam, bam. Fall, crash. Yeah, he's got a lot more character when you see that eye, don't you? In fact, I feel like even with this bit here, it'd be really fun if we had, where is it? On his custom controller for this whole like bit. What if, let's change it so he's got like the little beady eye version. Might be funnier. Cool. Awesome. I feel like we're pretty good, in a pretty good spot. All that stuff works. The comic timing of that beat's pretty good. This shot might be a little rushed. May have to like push it out a touch more. Lighting is going to help me visualize that one too, because I'm not sure I'm seeing the crane come down in the shot because it's so, you know, like black on black there. And if we turn rendering on, it's definitely not any better. So this little red light's going to help us. I almost want to like get it further down into frame when it grabs him. I wonder if I could do that. Cheat it down. I mean, that's clear. It's really nice, but it's cool. You can see the glow in the distance of the crusher. Ooh, that's nice. Look at that. It's going to be cool. Once we get this lit, I think we're going to have some really nice looking stuff. There are definitely a lot of fiddly bits, though, to this action that we're going to really, really be thankful that we've worked out. That's cool. All right, I'm going to save it. Fantastic. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you're really enjoying this series. Again, please hit that like button if you do and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of any ideas you've got for the shots and what you're seeing. I hope you're really enjoying this. I've had a few people call out in the comments this feels like a masterclass in Blender, which that was really encouraging for me to see. So thanks for saying that. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, have a great day. Adios. Bye.